Good evening, everyone. Treasure Troller here from the militant state of Michigan, where our governor and dictator, Gretchen Whitmer, enacted a law specifically targeting Treasure Troller so he can no longer drive and vlog at the same time. Here's a couple of things I found online, I don't know, just the other day. Could have even been last night. Has to do with Britney Spears and the divorce. How everything was fine during the conservatorship, and then all of a sudden her newfound freedom led to the disintegration of the relationship. I'm not going to say I'm 100% right on this, but I really do think I'm right. I don't think she's ever had a childhood, and she's basically a 40-year-old kid. So I think I'm right about that, but this is something else that I hope I'm not right about. And so all this COVID stuff coming back, the mask mandates and all that, I'm almost thinking that this is a Jedi mind trick, and not in a good way. So you have a few people, like on the left, and the left or the mainstream media going, well, boy, just when you think it's over, or just when you're getting used to getting back to your ordinary life, well, COVID. And they're talking about mask mandates and airports, and there's already a college that, you know, they're going to wear masks for the first couple weeks, you know, to flatten the curve kind of thing. And then from the right, you hear, oh, they're doing the same thing over again with voting and the mail-in ballots. I think that's just the Jedi mind trick. So here it goes. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm pro-vaccine. I'm not even going to say that the new vaccine that will be coming out, I'm going to take. But I think you have to give some serious consideration to it. I think this first go around was sort of separating the herd, getting the compliant separated from the non-compliant, who's going to push back and who isn't. I think this next variant is going to be a stronger variant of COVID. And I just think there's so much to lose on the left that this almost has to be a more, I hate to say it, but a more devastating strain. I mean, people are not going to lock down all because it's a thing again. They're never going to trust anybody from the health field if that's all it is. And if they really think that this is all about mail-in ballots and running the playbook one more time, you've got a lot of time between now and the election to lock that shit down. So if anything like that happens again, the Republicans have no one to blame but themselves. Because if they're telling you what they're going to do months ahead of time, and you're not out there taking care of stuff, then that's on you. It's not on the Democrats. But I think unfortunately, the only thing that could make this a real threat is if it is worse than what it was initially. However you define bad. I'm not going to define bad. I'm not going to, I think they're going to be a lot more careful in their diagnosing of it with people admitting into hospitals. I think you'll get much more accurate data. I do think this vaccine would be safer than the others. And someone can say, well, how could it have been any more unsafe? Point taken. I hear you. But the only thing that makes sense in order for the lockdowns and the mandates and stuff is if it is a stronger strain of COVID. So I'm going to be kind of the first to come out there and say that. Someone from the right. This could be a Jedi mind trick. Before they separated the herd, this could be the culling of the herd. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm buying in, and I will never wear a mask. I will never wear a mask. But you have to give a little bit of consideration to the vaccine this go around. I think you should give it a little bit of thought, because the only thing that makes sense is if this one is if round 2 is a new and improved version. It's the only thing that makes sense. Politics, they've got too much time to put into action things that are going to prevent some of this perceived ballot fraud. And they've got too many people on the right talking about, the kind of frightening people back into the mask mandates and lockdowns and stuff over nothing. It's going to be just like before. I don't know. My gut doesn't tell me that. I think back to the election before. I did a vlog that morning saying I just didn't feel good about that, the 2020 election. I did not feel good about it. I did not feel like this was going to be a Trump victory. And my gut is telling me that what you're hearing really from the right might be bullshit. Not that they're making it up, but that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to tell you to give it a second thought anyways. Think about it for an extra 5 minutes. That's it. So this is Treasure Troller saying aloha and good day.